Here are 7 lessons I have learned as a finance manager at Amazon. I worked at Amazon for the past 2 years as a finance manager, and here are 7 lessons I learned that really helped me to become an effective finance contributor and perform my job at a high level. Today, I'm going to share all of them with you in this video. Lesson number 1. Ruthlessly prioritize and deprioritize. The keyword here is ruthlessly because as a finance partner, as a finance leader, you'll most likely be wearing multiple hats. You'll be supporting multiple business leaders, overseeing different aspects of the business. Every single business partner that you work with will justify to you why their project holds the priority, and they will need your support to build out a financial model, coming up with a cost and benefit analysis, or set up some form of new reporting process. As a finance partner, you will never have the time to do everything, and neither does your manager expect you to work on every single task. When things get busy, what you should be doing is to pick out 2 of the most value-adding tasks of the 7 requests that you receive and justify to leadership why these 2 tasks holds the priority. And as always, when you have to drop and deprioritize other projects, be ruthless. Don't be apologetic because you are not making a mistake here. You are simply focusing on the task that drives the most value to the business. Lesson number 2. Identify where you can add the most value as quickly as possible. As a finance leader at Amazon, your role is very fluid. No one will hold your hands and tell you exactly how you should divide your time between financial reporting, performing deep dives, or working on various different projects. When you join a new team, your role is really based on how you define it to be. Your job as a finance partner is to, as quickly as possible, identify where within the business you can add the most value and spend majority of your time at that area. If your business team is relatively new and do not yet have a well-established financial reporting process or a mechanism to track business performance, then you should be focusing on building out a financial model that automates reporting and create a mechanism that allows the team to effectively monitor their performance against their KPIs. On the other hand, if your team is already very mature in terms of reporting and performance monitoring, then you should not be spending too much time in that area. And instead, your value could be performing deep dives on business trends to help the team identify new growth opportunities or offer a fresh perspective to look at the business. End of the day, a finance leader is a business owner. Your role is really based on how you define it to be. So always spend 80% of your time in the area that you actually add the most value. Lesson number 3, effort matters. Even if you do not know much, you should at least try. Trying matters a lot as a finance leader, and this is surprisingly missing at times among more junior finance analysts due to the fear of failure. Finance employees at Amazon, I would say, rotate pretty frequently within the company. So oftentimes, we are expected to lead financial discussions with business leaders even when we do not yet know much about the business. Say for example, you are relatively new to a business, you are a few months in, and you have the opportunity to lead a P&L discussion to review the business with your business partners. But you do not yet fully understand every single P&L line items. Will you still jump on the opportunity to lead? There will be a group of people who will shy away from the opportunity because they are not yet familiar enough with the business and due to the fear of failure. And there will be another group of people who will at least make the effort to try, even if they do not yet fully understand the business. Honestly, it's fine to make small mistakes along the way, or even during discussion openly admit that there are certain topics within the P&L that you do not yet fully understand. My point is always be the person who tries. Showing effort is very important. Lesson number 4, take ownership to the next level. Ownership is sometimes a misunderstood term amongst more junior finance analysts. What exactly does ownership mean? What exactly does owning a business mean? Does it mean doing the work that your manager assigned to you means owning the business? Doing the work that your manager tells you to do is more categorized as helping instead of owning. If you require your manager to often tell you what to do, you are more a drain on resources rather than someone who really adds value to the business. Because managers, they themselves, they have their own work to do. They honestly do not have a lot of time to monitor what you are doing. A true business owner typically do not require their manager to tell them what to do, but rather be the one who recommends what you intend to focus on within the business and ask for your manager's feedback. Always make the leadership feel confident to let you run your business independently without their interference. Lesson number 5, you do not need to be well liked, but you need to be well respected. Let's face it, finance is the devil in the room. You are the person asking all the tough questions, rejecting budget requests, or questioning business decisions that do not make financial sense. And honestly, this is your job. You are supposed to be the devil in the room and create a certain level of discomfort. And you are not out there trying to be everyone's best friend. You are the one who have the visibility to probably the most granular and complete financial data. So very likely you are in the best position in the team to disagree with a business decision that do not make financial sense. And what's the consequence of this? People may not always like you, and that's fine. Of course, no one would mind being liked, right? Always focus on earning respect rather than being liked, because a well-respected finance partner is someone who truly adds value to the business and behaves as a valuable top partner to your business partner, whereby they will always want to seek your opinion when making major business decisions because they know that you will make a good judgment. And through that process, even though you may disagree and evoke conflict at times, you will always be well respected. And most often than not, people will like you for who you are. Lesson number 6, you won't impress anyone with fancy Excel models. The overall bar of finance at Amazon is very high. Many of the time, the ability to build impressive and complicated financial models or the ability to write cool SQL queries are more seen as a given in the company as opposed to something that will really impress other people. Because honestly, let's face it, these days even fresh undergrads can do those technical tasks at a pretty high level. Building financial models is not how a finance leader differentiates himself as a high performer, but instead your focus should be on analytical work in terms of bringing in data-driven insights to the business, providing business takeaways, and help to solve real business problems that we face. Build out your analytical and problem-solving skills. These are the stuff that really impresses leadership. Lesson number 7, be yourself. I believe this is by far the most important lesson that I have learned over the past 2 years. As a finance leader, you have your own personality, your own working style, your own approach of building relationship with your business partners. It is hard and exhausting to be one person in the office and another person outside of the office. Or even worse, try to imitate another finance manager's style of building relationships. It just most of the time does not work, right? You are not your coworker, you are yourself. Build your own brand and reputation. Be authentic and sincere to others, and good things will always follow. Thanks everyone for watching the video. The past 2 years as a finance manager at Amazon has really been a fun and enriching experience. I'll continue to share more tech careers, MBA experience, and life in the US related videos. So make sure to subscribe and stay tuned. I'll see you guys as always in my next video.